Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this third guide on my YouTube channel with me. This will be a Tempest Rush Monk guide, because a Tempest Rush Monk is a good class for farming essences or farming Paragon on lower MPs, whatever. And it's a pretty cheap class, so the items you need to afford this are pretty cheap, so that's pretty simple. This is the build. It's in German, unfortunately, but I'll tell you. It's you don't really need a primary skill, because you always will use Tempest Rush, but if you run out of spirit, use Fist of Thunder with quickening, 15 spirit per crit, and as long as you have enough crit chance, you get massive crit. Tempest Rush, of course, with more movement speed. All other runes are shit in my opinion. Then Wave of Light with the 40 spirit rune, because the damage of all runes is pretty equal. This does a bit more damage, and this is bugged actually. Like the whole skill is bugged. It says that this is like 1,000,000 damage and the dash afterwards is like 69, but that's not correct. The dash afterwards does equal damage to the first hit, like 1,000,000 damage or so. So the Wave of Light initially deals like double the damage, and with less spirit you can cast it much more times. So you will use Serenity as extension for reflect packs, because you will one-shot yourself with Wave of Life if you don't have life left. Then Sweeping Wind. 2 runes are possible here: Inner Storm or Firestorm. Inner Storm grants spirit regeneration. I will come back to that later. And Firestorm is a bigger radius. These are the 2 only runes to use. You don't need Cyclone. The rest is like shit. And your mantra. You will use Mantra of Healing with Circular Breathing, or Mantra of Conviction with Over Rave. Depends on the spirit regeneration. Your passives: all spirit regeneration, Exalted Soul, Chance of Resonance, and Guardian's Path. You use that for extra spirit regeneration and extra spirit. So the gear. The idea of Tempest Rush is that you can use this skill forever. Like, you never run out of spirit, basically. If I would go on, you would see that my spirit is actually increasing. So this costs 10 spirit per second, and this is multiplied by your attack speed. So in my case, the attack speed is 1.03, so it will cost 10.3 spirit per second. So I need at least 10.3 spirit regeneration to cast this forever. Generally you need a bit more, because you need to recast your Sweeping Wind or cast mantra stuff. So count like 1 to 2 spirit regen more, and you can have that on 2 items and your passives. So you have a Stone of Jordan, which get as highest spirit regeneration as possible. The other stats don't really matter at all, so go for 1.8, 1.7, maybe even 2, depends on your budget. The Helm will be Inners. I just got that one for like 10k, because I don't really care. But you will need Inners, and go for Inners with spirit regeneration. It's very important. Then the Inners 4 set: Helm, chest, belt, and pants for the Sweeping Wind set bonus. So you don't need 75 spirit to cast it, but only 5. This helps a lot. And of course Natalya's 2 set for 7 crit. Then one is Skorn, because it's the two-hander with the most damage. Go for pure damage on that one, because Skorns with Dex and Lifesteal are pretty expensive if you want to have some DPS. For like 10 million you only get like 1300 DPS, so that's pretty expensive, especially if you think about the 130 crit damage only. If you want to have like 190, you'll be sitting at 1200 DPS, and that's a bit low. You don't need lifesteal. Generally you only need damage on the Skorn. If you're a bit squishy, go for life after each kill. You can have like 2000 on that one, and you will do low MPs only, so it doesn't really matter if you have lifesteal or life after each kill. The only problem will be reflect packs, but you got Serenity for that one. And you can see with 190 crit damage you can get over 1400 DPS for 8 million, so that's good. Natalya's boots, you want high dex, high vitality, and the ring, possibly crit if you have the gold, but the set bonus is most important. These 4 slots you obviously wanna craft. On the belt, on the chest, and on the pants. If possible, try to get don't attack speed. Attack speed is bad. Don't get all resistance, because you won't have one with everything as your passive. So you have to get your all resist from your gear through this stat all resist and not single resist stat, which are much cheaper. So that's kinda a bit of a problem for the Tempest Rush monk, but like 300 to 400 all resist is generally enough. Vitality is not that important for Tempest Rush monk. The only thing that will kill you is reflect, basically. So, and you got Serenity for that one. Attack speed is very bad for this spec, because the higher attack speed you have, the higher spirit region you will need. You can get like easy 15, so up to 1.5 attack speed is okay. I got one on my gloves, and the inner pants have attack speed, and the Natalya's ring has attack speed, so try to avoid attack speed like Lacunis, or on your gloves, your Amulet. Try to avoid that. And on your Skorn, of course. Some Skorns on the auction house display higher DPS because they got attack speed. Don't buy them. They don't really have higher DPS. The attack speed is just multiplied into it, and you will have higher spirit costs, so don't do that. That's basically it. You can really good farm essences with the Tempest Rush monk. Just go to Vault of Assassin, run from pack to pack, and kill him with your Wave of Light. You can do it like on MP4 and stuff. Maybe not that high, like 1 to 4 with average gear. My monk with pretty cheap gear had like 200k unbuffed with a Skorn, and that was enough to almost one-shot elites with Wave of Light, casting like 2 to 3 times, and elites on MP4 were like that, so that's it. In terms of mantra, mantra feeding grants 3 Spiritreg per second. If you don't need it, go for Mantra of Conviction. Don't swap your Sweeping Wind, because Firestorm won't do more damage than Inner Storm, and you don't need it for elites and trash dice instantly, so go for Mantra of Conviction. That's much better. You will gain 24% damage instead of like a higher radius, which is like bullshit. If you survive reflect packs, and if you got lifesteal, you can lose Breath of Heaven with Blazing Wrath for 15% more damage. or other skills like lightning flash with phase and light to deal more damage for elites if you need it. The other skills are most likely not that usable. Yeah, I think these are the three you can use for that slot. I hope I could help you a bit with your Tempest Rush. If you wanna know some other guides for other classes, I'm at the moment doing a Witch Doctor. That's why I don't have equipped all my characters except the Witch Doctor. And if I get more experience with it, I will probably do a Witch Doctor guide too. It's currently at 260k unbuffed or so. Pretty good. Well, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Put something in the comments and see you guys next time.